Hey, my name is Sean. Today's vlog is called Carnivore Diet, Animal-Based Diet, Should You Hire a Coach? I have been I've been exercising for 6 years now, consistently 5, 6 days a week for the last 6 years. And when I started exercising, I started doing keto. I was doing my own version of keto. It wasn't even keto. I called it keto, but it was low carb. I used protein, Quest protein bars, Quest chips, Halo Top ice cream, and then did low carb. Needless to say, it worked from whatever I was, 215 pounds, and I got my weight down to 185. But I did that every year for the first 5 years of me starting to work out again 6 years ago, um, give or take a year. I don't remember anymore. But my point in the story is, I was never able to get to this body fat that I'm at now or this weight that I'm at now. I wasn't able to do it because I didn't have a coach. I didn't really know what I was doing. I thought I did, but I didn't. So it took me looking in the mirror one morning and saying to myself, this is a lot of work that you're doing and you're not really getting the results, or I didn't get the results I wanted. So I heard a podcast, Keto Savage podcast one time, and I didn't know this. I had been listening to him for the better part of 4 years, to Robert Sykes, and I didn't know he would coach. Like a regular guy like me can hire him. Of course, you look at some of these influencers as these, I don't want to say star, but he was a big deal. And I thought, wow, I can actually hire him. So I sent him an email, and sure enough, I hired Robert Sykes as my coach. And that was in January 3rd of 2021. And we did what's called a competition cut. I wasn't in a competition, but I just basically just did what he told me to do. Now, here's the interesting thing about a coach, at least my coach. I didn't want any information on exercising. I didn't want Robert to tell me how to exercise, how to do my weights. I'm very particular about how I do it, and I don't want to change that. And I haven't changed in a long time. I switch up different weights and whatnot, exercises for the same body part. I do that, but I basically keep it to chest tries, back buys, legs, shoulders, and then repeat 6 days a week. It works for me. But anyway, what was funny about what Robert did was, it was a keto. We did keto, not carnivore, but keto. And he just gives you a bunch of food items and essentially just gives you the macros. These are your macros for this week. And we started at 3,000 calories. I was 204 pounds. I know I've told this story before, but there's a lot of people that are new listeners that don't go back over the videos. So I'm going to repeat it because I think it's important. I've heard a lot of coaches stuff recently. And I actually want to be a coach. I'll get back to that in a second, but I want to finish the story about the cut. What Robert did was he gave me my macros. We started at 3,000 calories, and it slowly went lower on calories as the months went on. And I actually thought it would take me 2 months to get to my low body weight. It took 5. Once you get down to a certain level, it's a lot to lose 5 pounds to get to a very low body fat. And that was my plan, get to a very low body fat, then try to figure it out, because it costs a lot. It doesn't cost a ton of money. It's worth it, trust me, but it's an investment. So you don't want to just at the end of the coaching to lose it all and go back to where you were. At least I didn't. I wanted to figure out, okay, I'm here. I'm going to stabilize my weight. I'm not going to keep it that low, but I'm going to go about 8 pounds more, and I'm going to try to keep it at that weight and try to figure it out on my own. So, and very, very important, what I did was, Robert gives you the macros, but when you're doing keto, it's really hard to do. At least I found it to be hard. The salad dressing, the tablespoons, the amount of lettuce, the amount of vegetable, the amount of whatever. It was so confusing. I had a macro calculator. It took me 3 weeks, swear to God, 3 weeks to figure out how to calculate this stuff because I'm just not that tech savvy. Along the line, about 3 weeks in, I figured out, wait a minute, if I just use 8515 burger and then use a Keto Brick, which Keto Brick was huge for me. It helped me in my transition to carnivore. Recently, I've heard a lot of people talk about carnivore and you should have a slow transition into carnivore. And of course, I'm in my car listening, thinking, it's bullshit, slow transition. Just do it, man. No, not true, because my transition was slow. I used the Keto Brick for 5 months every single day with ground beef, different variations, I should say, of ground beef. I did 80-20, 85-15, and 93-7, depending upon what Robert set my macros at. And I would just manipulate the weight of the burger along with the Keto Brick. The Keto Brick was huge, specifically the peanut butter Keto Brick. Does it have plant protein? I guess. I don't really care. It did what it was supposed to do. I got to a very low body fat. super happy. It was one of the best things I've ever done for myself. Now, that investment that I did with the Keto Bricks and with Robert's coaching, I didn't want it to go away. I wanted to keep it. That's why I did it in the first place. And I figured out kind of on my own little plan on how to keep it. And so why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this because as much as I like to exercise, as much as I like to be in the gym, as much as it's a passion for me, I couldn't get to this on my own. I needed a coach. What I would suggest to you, I do get a lot of people messaging me, asking different questions. Get a coach. It could be Robert. It could be Rob Goodwin. It could be Skull Bells. It could be, I'm trying to think of people off the top of my head. This kid, composition consultant, composition strength or something like that. Robert Griffith from the UK. He's great. He's very, very knowledgeable. Just try to find him on your own. And then find him. You know what I would do? I would find a dude that has a body like yourself. Because now Robert and I have contrasting bodies, and he resonated with me. I liked him a lot. I still like him today. But okay, so for example, if you're 6'1" and 250 pounds, you might want to get a coach that's 6'1", 250 pounds. If you're 5'5" and 180 pounds, it just seems to make sense to me that the same body type, because most of the people that are coaches or influencers, their coaching style is kind of their body type. Mine is, and that's what I want to get back to with regard to coaching. I'm not ready to coach yet. I don't have enough information or know enough, because my style of coaching, I have coached a lot of people, and I've probably off the top of my head 30, 35 people. I've been successful with two people. And all of the effort that I put, all of the text, all of the emails, all of the phone conversations, 2 people. And the problem that my coaching style is I don't understand why people just don't do what I say. And I know that that's a fault of mine. Just do what I say, do what I do, and you will have the results that I have. But it takes a little bit more tweaking than that. I'm being honest with you. My coaching style right now does not work. I'm trying to learn. I am going to be a coach. I'm not interested in soliciting anything right now off my YouTube channel or my Instagram channel. I'm just merely telling you the clock, especially over 50s, that is over 40 is the majority of my audience. The clock is ticking. Hire a coach. Just do it. Get a person that's carnivore, keto, that does all of it. And you will not regret it. And please let me know how it goes for you. Thank you.